Hello. Welcome to Cliniversity.
Welcome to the session of clinical archiving. In today's session, we will have a brief introduction of what clinical archiving as a process is, the standards for the archival, the best practices around this, what are the regulations and guidelines, the different components of archival, the technical requirements of having archival in place, and then finally, what are those requirements for the sites for archiving the information for a study. Clinical data archiving includes planning, implementation, and maintaining a repository of data and electronic records which contain this clinical information, supporting documentations, and the interpretations from the clinical trial. Today's session would describe processes which aid the clinical data managers in developing an archiving strategy, working with the other project teams or other appropriate departments. What are some of these standards for archival? Clinical data archive should have an index with contents of archival documents listed. For paper case report form studies, the original, signed, dated, and completed CRFs and original documentations of CRF corrections, such as CR data clarification forms, should be kept in the sponsor files or in the offsite archival facility. Clinical archive should be retrievable during the retention period, so that anytime for any reasons we need to go back and check the documents, it's easy to access them. Accessibility of the clinical data archive, electronic records should be tested after every major upgrade of the CDMS, so that we are no longer stopped from accessing the previous data because of a new software version available of the CDMS. For every study, software and hardware and the versions that were used in the clinical trial should be listed with their required documentation. Certain points to remember. Open system formats such as ODM should be used for maintaining the data about the clinical study. This will ensure that it can be referenced in any system and does not require installation of a specific software or hardware. Electronic repositories such as eTMF should be adopted by organizations to link all the study data, such as the program files, CRFs, review files, annotations, database design specifications, etc. User access list and systems for study trials should be documented. Validation records of system access management to these systems should also be recorded. Database specifications, validation, user acceptance testing, programming instructions should be archived. Program codes, versions used of those program codes, and validation of those program codes should be archived. Subject PDFs for EDC studies should be archived towards the study end. Likewise, for paper CRFs or the paper components of EDC trial, they should be scanned and indexed. During the retention period of the study documents, sponsors should ensure the contracts with the third-party vendors and the CROs have an agreement on the archival of documents at their end as well. Regulations and guidelines. The tenets of 21 CFR Part 11 include no specific requirement of data retention or data archiving capabilities. However, the FDA has made it clear that the intent of the guidance is to supplement the predicate.
For more details, connect us on given details on screen. And don't forget to follow us on our social media. Thank you.